The case of the missing Manassas Park mother, Mamta-Kafle-Bhatt. Police are still searching for her some 7 weeks after she was last seen. And her husband is heading to trial in connection to her disappearance. Now, prosecutors are working to piece together where he was. 7 News reporter Rebecca Turco joins me in the studio. Rebecca, police have been working to get GPS data and also his internet search history.
Yes, and authorities actually sent a lengthy search warrant to Google for that data. A former U.S. attorney tells me this could make for strong evidence for the prosecution. Manassas Park police served Google a search warrant last month, requesting things like location and browsing history for Naresh Bhatt, right around the time his wife Mamta-Kafle-Bhatt disappeared.
Looks like the prosecution is methodically building a timeline to show really minute by minute where he was and where she was.
John Fishwick is a former U.S. attorney for the Western District of Virginia. Now he does criminal defense.
The Google search warrant will get really precise location data for where Mr. Bhatt was.
According to the criminal complaint, police are accusing Naresh of murdering Mamta, but the 37-year-old is just charged with concealing her body, which still hasn't been found. The 20-page search warrant to Google also requests Naresh's account information, including any linked social media accounts, as well as his Google search history and map search history between July 27th and August 1st. The affidavit states his Google account has location-specific data pertinent to the discovery of Miss Kafle's whereabouts. In court last month, prosecutors pointed to Google searches made on Naresh's work laptop, including a search in April for how long does it take to get married after your spouse dies.
I think the powerful side of a Google search is people know, well, you're trying to look something up, you're worried about something you did, what are going to be the consequences? The defendant will say, well, I didn't do that search, or I didn't have my phone at that time, somebody else had my phone at that time. But that's a real challenge to make.
John says this is just one more piece of the puzzle as police work to gather more evidence in time. Prosecutors have pointed to what appears to be pools of blood cleaned up in the Bhatt's home and a history of domestic abuse. The defense is arguing they don't know where Mamta is, that she could still be alive.
The challenge for the defense will be how much forensic evidence does the Commonwealth have? You know, if you have to just answer for Google searches, perhaps that's enough to say there's reasonable doubt here, but they're going to have precise geolocation, which means where you are on this earth, and they'll have a detailed timeline tracking his location.
Now, Naresh is due back in court Thursday for another hearing. Police are asking anyone who's had contact with him between July 28th and August 5th to come forward. Reporting in the studio, Rebecca Turco, 7 News.
Rebecca, thank you. Just last week, we reported that Manassas Park police have Naresh Bhatt's Tesla now, even though court documents revealed he sold it before getting arrested. We spoke to an automotive expert who says detectives are likely trying to obtain important information like camera footage and GPS data. And you can find our extensive coverage on the developing investigation at WJLA.com and on our 7 News YouTube channel.